Wednesday will see the Proud Beginners Cycling Club embark on their annual Amashova tour. The club will tackle the 510 kilometres to Pietermaritzburg over 3 days before taking on the Amashova Durban Classic on Sunday. All in all, these brave souls will be facing 616 kilometres of cycling, all for a good cause. And joining me to tell us all about the Amashova tour is George Mashinini, a club captain and chairperson, and Pontso Mohoaladi, one of the club's elite riders. Welcome to the program, both.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. How are you?
George, I'm going to start with you. 3rd year now,
Yes.
growing from strength to strength.
Yep.
Have you got more people coming with you to take on what I can only say is a daunting challenge?
It is. It requires a psychological preparedness in this case, and therefore there's a lot more people that come through and others that drop off to give way for new enthusiasts in the same line as well. The quest continues, as you say, yes. 3 years down the ride, and then we will probably aim for bigger things for the next year to come as well.
Absolutely. Pontso, you're one of the elite cyclists. Tell us about the training that you're going through.
The training is intense. I mean, you can't take on 560 kilometers to Pietermaritzburg without training for it. Otherwise, you'll fail at it. So the training is intense. We train literally every weekend and about 3-4 times during the week as well.
Right, so there are 24 members of the Proud Beginners Cycling Club, and I suppose it's all about a family ethic to make sure that everybody gets through this.
Yes.
Tell us about making sure that the guys at the back also make it through to Pietermaritzburg.
We don't leave anyone behind. We really ride as fast as our slowest rider. Mm-hmm. So we make sure that we start as a team and we finish off as a team. We all want to get there eventually. So no one stays behind, and whoever's the weaker rider, we make sure that they get there.
So, George, it's a professional outfit. I mean, you guys are used to it now, 3 years. Yeah. So there's support vehicles. You've chosen specific routes.
The specific route, the last two installments of this, we started in the bushes, basically, and just outside Zamdela, Sasolburg. This year, we started a new route in Sharpeville, Tsepiso. And then that will allow the guys to see the memorial for the March 21. Yep. And then from that, we head into the day one, basically, as we call it. So therefore, the route is scenic because it's got certain entities into it, including the child welfare that we're looking at, as well as the capture site on the last day. So it's a couple of things to keep their minds off the pain, but more onto the scenic. Pain. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And Pontso, it's a case of you're about to do... my maths is terrible, but you're about to do about 5 Amashovas before you have a rest day, and then you go and do the Amashova Classic.
Yes, definitely.
So that's perfect preparation for race day on Sunday, isn't it?
It's a warm-up, really.
But working through that, I take it the club hasn't just prepared for this. You guys are used to taking these expeditions and tours out to different parts of the country. Tell us about other places you've been to.
Well, basically, we really normally just do races outside of Gauteng. But right now, the Amashova tour is really the tour that we focus on.
It's the focal point.
The focal point, where we go out as a club, as a team, and we take a couple of days to be on the road.
Absolutely.
As a family,
So, George, your mission statement from the cycling club is to use it as a medium for social, political, and personal transformation. Yep. Explain.
Social, call it development, is one of the key aspects and pillars, really, and we are living in a society really of unequal pockets. So therefore, part of the ride is to raise up the charity for the child welfare in Bethlehem, and that's the number one aim. And the second part of it is actually the social element of impacting and bringing up sporting activities within our communities and get over the social ailments and ailments that can exist brought about by other entities, basically, in this case. So from the political aspect of it, cycling has always been seen as an elite sport, and yet some uncle down the road from where I come from in Sharpeville has always been on a bike, but it was always a post office bike.
But it wasn't a fancy bike.
Yeah, exactly. So now you say bring it home and bring it the social aspect of it, bring the political aspect of it in terms of making it available from the young beginners, which is the kiddies, to the mountain bikers, to the elites that we are pushing, to the women aspect of it. So you break all the social misconceptions and bring about change into it as well.
I mean, cyclists do like to be pretty elitist, and their bikes cost more than most people's cars, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. So, how do you crack that world? Because I can understand. I mean, even people who play golf, or you know, how do you get into the world that was kind of designed to keep others out?
I think the first part of it, you have to really be in love with the sport, and no amount of cash will actually be equivalent to the cost aspect of it. But to get into it, it's to get a primary basic bike, basically, and based on that, you are able to go to the next steps, basically, of having what you call a bike bite, and that in itself is something else. So, that's key.
Right, so Pontso, Proud Beginners Cycling Club, you've got quite a strong relationship with the Bethlehem Child Welfare.
Yes.
Looking forward to getting back there?
Yes, looking forward to getting back there. Last year we raised about, I think it was 60,000 for the charity, and this year we're sitting on about 63,000. So we're raising it more each year, and we're looking forward to going back there this year as well.
And when you get back there, what's your first port of call?
Well, we really just stop at the charity and we give back, and you know, it's so nice to see them appreciative of what we give back, and for us also it's really good for us, and it helps us, and it's great, to give back.
Absolutely. So George, 0 Hour Wednesday, tell us logistically, when do you guys leave? Early in the morning?
Yeah, you know the logistics of it have taken over a period of 8 months, and so thanks very much to people like Sean from Toshiba, who helped us a lot to put it together. So we leave at 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning at Sharpeville, and then that sees us do 216 kilometers on day one.
Oh, wow.
And day two we live in a chilly Bethlehem, and we head through the scenic route towards Bergville all the way to Winterton, crossing the Drakensberg. That sees us another 190. Last day then sees us do the final part, which is basically the 154 to Pietermaritzburg. So it's going to be fun-filled and scenic, as we say, and of course it's all painful.
Well, on behalf of Sports Live, we wish the Proud Beginners Cycling Club all the best. Pontso, George, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Lawrence.
You got to come back and tell us how it was.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having us.
Right, so that's it for tonight.